The developers behind Shiba Inus are serious business. A huge upgrade is in the works, and they have just given out a sneak peek. That, however, just represents the very top layer. The crypto industry completely lost its mind just now. With hundreds of millions of dollars, BlackRock and other major companies joined in. Of all the cryptocurrency markets, Shiba stands to gain the most. However, what is happening in reality? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Allow me to clarify. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the curve in the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more SHIB news, be sure to click the like button. A new issue has arisen today, even as many are still rejoicing over BlackRock's recent triumph against Grayscale, who is referred to as the crypto villain by certain users. For the uninitiated, significant sums of money began pouring into BlackRock and other corporations immediately after the approval of the first Bitcoin ETF. Their Bitcoin exchange-traded funds get daily inflows of millions of dollars. In the minds of many, this marked the beginning of a massive bull run. Not just Bitcoin's bull run, but the whole cryptocurrency market. The rationale for all this enthusiasm is straightforward, and it all makes perfect sense. Crypto ETFs began receiving daily inflows of hundreds of millions of dollars shortly after their approval. Such a massive infusion of capital demonstrated that institutional investors were, at long last, putting their faith in the cryptocurrency market. Vendors often accept modest amounts of payment from locals at this kind of market, which is reminiscent of a little farmer's market. This all changes when they notice trucks pulling up. These aren't your average trucks, however. They're laden with cash and waiting to be spent. The farmers are alerted to the impending great event by this unexpected infusion of funds. Similarly, many expected a dramatic shift when hundreds of millions of dollars poured into Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETFs, suggesting that institutional investors were buying into the market and maybe setting the stage for a sharp increase in cryptocurrency prices. However, an issue has arisen at this point. Even before the ETF was established, there was a participant named Grayscale who possessed massive amounts of Bitcoin. However, from whence did they first get it? Just in case you forgot, they were ahead of the curve when it came to providing Bitcoin trusts for investment purposes. Thus, they managed to amass quite a bit over the years. Grayscale possessed a pile of Bitcoin reserves, while BlackRock and others were only starting to accumulate them. Grayscale startled everyone by selling hundreds of millions of Bitcoin daily, just as excitement peaked and inflow surged into Bitcoin. Several crashes were caused by this. Institutional investors' flood of capital, such as BlackRock's, seemed like an optimistic indicator at first, but it took some time for the market to respond. Simply said, Bitcoin's ascent was capped by Grayscale's enormous selling pressure. Not only that, but they were also trapped since so many other cryptocurrencies mimic Bitcoin's strategy. However, the bulls could do no wrong, and Bitcoin did, in fact, reach fresh all-time highs of more than $70,000. While the majority of cryptocurrencies do their best to mimic Bitcoin's actions, one stands out due to its unusual patterns of operation. Shiba Inu is a cryptocurrency that reacts very slowly to changes in the value of Bitcoin. The joy is doubled when Shiba Inu gets even higher when Bitcoin heads up. However, Shiba Inu's value takes a bigger hit when Bitcoin's price falls. The price of Shiba Inus jumped threefold in the span of a few days as Bitcoin reached a new all-time high. Although it has been 3 months after the tragedy, some individuals are still commemorating it because of how monumental it was. However, after 3 months, the excitement has subsided. As the market recovers from large price increases, it is normal for prices to fall. Thus, the attention is now directed onto another matter. The approval of the Ethereum ETF came as a complete surprise just 1 week ago. The crypto market has not been significantly affected as trading has not yet begun. But people are becoming more and more excited and curious. What transpired with Bitcoin after the approval of its ETF in January is reminiscent of this scenario. As a result, Bitcoin's value soared to new records, with daily inflows of hundreds of millions of dollars. I find it fascinating that the Shiba Inu community is very vocal about their enthusiasm and speculation over the Ethereum ETF. Looking back, they're asking whether the Ethereum ETF would cause the Shiba Inu price to skyrocket as the Bitcoin ETF did. Now there's a thought-provoking question. Things start to become intriguing at this point. Many thought the Ethereum ETF would have an even greater and more immediate effect than Bitcoin did. Due to the lack of a major player like Grayscale prepared to sell off large quantities of Ethereum immediately upon the launch of the ETF trading, they believed that substantial changes would be seen after a few months. Everything changed, however, today. Even though it was already common knowledge, it broke into the mainstream today. Also, Grayscale has a substantial quantity of Ethereum on hand. Many are astonished and even enraged by this news. Reason being, they've come to terms with the fact that, similar to Bitcoin, Grayscale might announce an influx of Ethereum into the market, therefore reducing the impact of price spikes and, in the past, triggering collapses. However, let's go into more study to have a better understanding of what might happen next before drawing any judgments. An approximately one-third increase in the value of Ether occurred in the days before the approval of the Ethereum ETF. Concerns over Grayscale's Ethereum trust, however, began to loom big shortly after the official acceptance. A key participant in the market, this trust oversees an enormous $11 billion worth of Ethereum. Now things start to become interesting. Concerns about a potential recurrence have arisen among investors after the recent large withdrawals from the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, which neutralized the impact of substantial inflows. Within 1 month of the approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs, Grayscale Bitcoin saw a massive $6.5 billion flight out of its holdings, or 23% of its total assets. According to a new analysis by Keiko Research, Grayscale Ethereum might see daily average withdrawals of $110 million if past trends continue. The possible effects of Grayscale's participation are shown by this investigation. This reveals potential future developments in the cryptocurrency sector. Similar to what happened with Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust, Tony Matias, co-founder of an Ethereum-focused platform, anticipates substantial withdrawals from Grayscale's Ethereum Trust. On the other hand, he highlights an important distinction between the two. Grayscale owned around $30 billion worth of Bitcoin when the spot Bitcoin ETFs were authorized. This represented 2.2% of the market value, or 3.5% of Ethereum. Matias posits that the lesser market share of Grayscale Ethereum means the ETF might have a proportionately bigger effect with fewer predicted outflows. Matias, however, maintains an optimistic view of the long-term prospects. In his opinion, Ethereum might follow a similar pattern as Bitcoin, where price drops occurred after ETF approval before positive repercussions on the market rebounded. In the long term, prices might be pushed upward by the constant flow of capital caused by the adoption of ATS. Even more so, Matias stresses how much better Ethereum is for the environment than Bitcoin, which may sway eco-conscious investors to choose the Ethereum ETF instead of Bitcoin. Anterior crypto investors will recall that the energy consumption problem, the primary distinction between Ethereum and Bitcoin, has historically been the site of much controversy. Even Tesla removed Bitcoin as a payment option for its vehicles due to its excessive energy usage. Ethereum is a great option because of its proof-of-stake approach, which is less harmful to the environment. Given this viewpoint, Ethereum ETFs may appeal to conventional investors who are seeking to match their assets with ESG criteria, such as social responsibility and environmental protection. Even while Grayscale may begin selling off its massive Ethereum holdings once trading begins, others are optimistic about the long-term prospects. Also, right now, Shiba Inu developers are getting ready for possible advantages. Shibarium, their Layer 2 scaling solution, has drastically reduced the Ethereum bridge time from 7 days to only 45 minutes, according to a recent announcement. Since Ethereum is the foundational blockchain for several projects and cryptocurrencies, including Shiba Inu, any enhancements to its architecture have far-reaching consequences, making this especially noteworthy as it tackles an issue in Ethereum's ecosystem. Faster and more efficient transactions are possible as a result of a decrease in the time required to bridge Ethereum and Shibarium. With the launch of the Ethereum ETF trading platform imminent, this update could not have arrived at a more opportune moment. According to the Shibarium team, efficiency and user-friendliness are now our top priorities. The Shiba Inu development team is becoming really excited as they get ready for what may be a bull run in the whole crypto sector again. So, what are your thoughts on the matter? Please leave a comment in the space provided. Your comment would be much appreciated.